Hello! This is Way of Weinstein, wherever you may be and however you may be watching, live in the financial district of New York City. Here to talk about the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Season 2. Going to be spoilers all around, so I'm going to be doing 5 different videos. The first video is going to be episodes 1 through 4, then the next one's going to be 2 through 8, then the next one's going to be episode 9, and then episode 10, and the final video, which for those of you that don't know, I was actually an extra on season 2 for episodes 4 through 6, so I'll talk about my experience to cap off the video. So let's get to episodes 1 through 4. Okay, so it opens with Midge in the call center. She seems to be the best person there. She's taking care of all the people who are panicked and just can't really handle it and really shouldn't be there in the first place. And then Abe is very frantic because he doesn't know where his wife is, which it turned out there was a note saying exactly where she went, and she went to Paris. And he brings Midge because for some reason he thinks that she speaks French, and they find her, and there's a lot going on. I mean, to be honest, I like the show better when it's in New York because it's very New York centric. I will say the best part of them being in Paris was when she just gets up on the stage and is doing her shtick, and she's got the translator that I don't know how the translator was able to talk as fast as Rachel Brosnahan, who plays the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, but she was fantastic. And then back in New York, we have Susie getting kidnapped and going to the Rockaways. She's originally from the Rockaways. Turns out the kidnappers like her, let her go, and this was because the whole thing from last season with Harry Drake. I mean, it had its funny moments. It wasn't the best stuff with Susie this season, and then we see how at the end of seasons 1 and 2, episodes 1 and 2, like how it ends when she says, "I'm Mrs. Maisel and good night," and how Joel sees that, runs away, and then they finally talk about it afterwards. And he gives her like the ring for like his wedding band. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Joel in season 1 because he was a jerk to her. He left her. I mean, although I will get into it later how I thought his character was dramatically improved this season, and I absolutely loved Joel this season. I think he was by far the most improved character. And I thought Paris was a nice gimmick, but okay, have your 2 episodes there, and let's get back to New York. Okay, so episode 3. The main thing that stood out to me in episode 3 was Midge's toast at Mary's wedding. How after she makes the deal to get the nicer room, takes the flowers from the funeral, and she realizes that she has no filter from being on stage to just talking amongst friends and people, making the joke how there's no truth. The fact that she slept with the father to get the room, and then she realizes that the reason why they got married after so quickly, I think it was only 3 months, was because Mary was pregnant. And then even when she got out of the call center and she goes to the coat room, she leaves the coach, which that was the one rule, and she has to go back to the call center. And episode 4. Okay, so in episode 4, what I really liked about that episode was, well, I'm in it, but we'll get to that later. So in episode 4, Joel's really standing up for Midge, and when he's going to the front of the reception at Steiner saying, "You got a problem with it? Talk to me. You want to be friends with Midge? Be friends with Midge. You want to be friends? Don't want to be friends? Don't want to be friends." And even Rose admitted that it was the first thing that Joel did that was manly. And I thought it was funny seeing Abe do his calisthenics in his onesie. That was pretty funny. And, of course, the dancing challenge when they're saying find someone with your own initials. So if you look for me around 30 minutes in the episode, I'm wearing a tan suit and I'm with a girl who's wearing a purple dress with short hair. You can see me in it very, very briefly. And for that episode, it was actually the inside. It was filmed in Brooklyn. And the introduction of Zachary Levi is going to be playing Shazam in a couple of months. So the thing about Maisel that's amazing is they get a lot of people who look Jewish, who potentially have Jewish sounding names. Like Zachary Levi, but the thing about Zachary Levi's real last name is Pugh. For some reason, he changed his last name to sound more Jewish, which is normally the opposite. But hey, I'll get to a story about Zachary Levi later. So I really like the introduction, how at first he wants nothing to do with her, even though he's a successful doctor, he's single, and he doesn't row, and he's just reading, and they have no chemistry at all. So overall, with the first four episodes, I thought I got off to a little bit of a slow start. The writing was great. I mean, it definitely made me laugh a lot. So I'm going to conclude this one. I'm going to be right back with episodes 5 through 8. If you like this video, like it, share it, write a comment. And if you have already done so, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Way of Weinstein.